And we are live, and the doors of the sanctum have been unlocked and open for the week. Welcome everyone back to the Sanctum Sanctorum. I am your illustrious host, Widow Son, and joining me right now are two of my awesome co-hosts. We have Q and the Wanderer with us. Doc, I see you backstage. I'll let you in just a second. We are back for another gathering in the sanctum, as it were. It's been a long week for myself. Hope everybody had a good week, and so we are going to just try to entertain you to the best of our abilities. As lacking as that may be for some of us, more especially this late motherfucker right here. So we are. So we may have a guest joining us here in just a little bit. I'm still waiting to hear back from him. I've also sent a link over to Bran. If he's tuning in, if he wants to join us, please, sir. You know you are always welcome here, and it's always a joy to have you. So right now, Q, you wanted to. You had something you wanted to say after we got started today, so I'm going to give the give the floor to Q for just a few minutes.
Hey guys, sorry I wasn't here last week, and I'm not going to be full of energy like I normally am. Today is the 3rd year anniversary of my mom passing away, and as you can tell by the hair, I decided to do that. And if anybody who's lost anyone from cancer or anything like that is here today, sorry for your loss. And a bit of good news is a friend of ours from a while back, named Lady Abstract Butterflies, is now in remission of cancer, and I just wanted to shout her out and say I'm really happy for her.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you and the shaved head look does look good on you, my friend. And I'm just me, and my heart goes out to you on this anniversary, sir. You know how mine is about my dad, right. And so much love to you right now, my brother. But I have to shave my head just because I'm going bald. So, but my freshly shaved head will be in solidarity to you and your mom this time. So
I appreciate that.
I think I missed a spot actually. Doc, do what?
When you think you missed a spot, it's the worst feeling.
Doc, how you doing, man?
I'm great. Although this week has been a really crappy week for me. Thursday I just laid low because
the cops are looking for him.
No,
the cops are looking for him because they want to know what's in that fucking hat. That's exactly why they're looking for him.
Sussy hat.
Exactly. And this week, what's in Doc's hat? Who wants to guess what's in Doc's hat this week?
The severed head of a famous prostitute from Las Vegas.
Whoa! That went dark right off.
That got dark extremely quick.
Yeah, like really bad.
Like we didn't even go straight through the light. We just went like Q just put the blinders on. Said, "All right, we're going straight into the darkness."
Right. I mean, that was just like that was like a skeet shooting contest. Pull, boom, there it is.
Dude, if I wanted to be like super fucking edgy, I could say Madeline McCann, but I refrained myself from saying that.
Marilyn Manson's rib cage.
Wanderer, what do you think's in Doc's hat?
Well, probably. That's a hard question.
Well, remember last week it was Stew Dog because they were both fucking late, and so Doc couldn't be here last week. So yeah, whatever.
Bobby's in Doc's hat.
Bobby is
fucking dog.
Your dog is in Doc's hat this week. Okay, we'll go with that.
Someone stole my dog. It's like Fallout 4, but a dog instead of your son.
Right, Doc, give Wanderer the dog back.
Okay, well, I was holding him for him. He told me to.
I may or may not have left out the context that he was babysitting Bobby for like 2 hours, and I totally didn't forget to pick him up because I fell asleep.
Will we see the British version of John Wick if he doesn't give the dog back?
Yeah. Actually, yeah, but like minus the fucking beard. Like blonde hair and a bandana.
Don't worry, you'll be able to grow one out when you hit puberty. So
God
I've got
damn,
like a silk stash. That was very fucking mean. I don't like you.
God damn it, Bobby.
What are you guys doing?
oh, by
This
the
is
way,
episode. Oh,
hey, I need to. While I think about it, I need to send y'all a video I found where a guy does an impression of Hank Hill singing karaoke
oh God.
to Red Hot Chili Peppers' "Soul to Squeeze."
Oh my god.
Oh God, really?
Yes.
Wow, and see, I find that intriguing because that's actually like my favorite Red Hot Chili Pepper song. Actually,
Yeah, same here. Same here. It's my favorite Red Hot Chili Peppers, and he's like, "Oh, wait,
This is the episode where you
I'm
found
gonna
out that
spoil it for you. I'm just gonna send it to y'all and let you laugh because
Just send it to me on Facebook.
I will. I will.
this is the episode you find out everybody hates each other secretly, and it's just gonna come out.
What, we all secretly hate each other? That's bullshit. We're gonna break. You know what? Yeah, we do backstage, but you know what? We're gonna break kayfabe right now, and we're actually all friends in real life. So so fuck you. We broke kayfabe. We had a Sanctum kayfabe break. We broke the fourth wall right now.
Oh gosh, this was like that big hug between Triple H, Scott Hall, and the other two guys.
Yeah. Shawn Michaels, Triple H,
Nash.
Kevin Nash, and Scott Hall. Yeah, they broke That's when the fourth wall of professional wrestling came down.
And it's never been the same since.
Well, Attitude Era and the early years of WCW Monday Nitro, but that's a different story for a different time.
This is also
So
the episode where you see me fuck with my mic the whole time.
Yeah.
But man,
I'm gonna just every couple of minutes I'm just gonna move it like a millimeter to this direction or this direction, or I may push it up just a little bit. It may completely disappear at one point. You don't know. Doc, what are you babbling about?
I was just saying that maybe Q's Mike is living in the spirit of Wanderer. Just wandering around other places.
Yeah, I secretly ate Wanderer because I got hungry. It was just either him or me.
So that's why he's always late. Damn it.
I got hungry, man.
Wanderer, how's your week been, bro?
I got back just in time because I went to steal my brother's cable. Because basically we have to share this cable, right? And it works with both of our controllers. He has a PlayStation. Obviously, I use my Xbox controller when I'm playing Halo. And I want to play some Halo, so I want to get it. And we have to squabble over this thing because it's the only one we have that fits into my PC and fits into his controller. So it's like total fucking warfare sometimes.
Wait a minute, Doc, should we teach Wanderer Rochambeau?
What the fuck is that?
It's like rock, paper, scissors.
100%.
Hang on, wait a minute. Okay, Rochambeau is a game. And basically what it is you look at the other person and be like, I'll Rochambeau you for it. I'll go first, and you kick him in the balls.
I got Rochambeau, my fucking younger brother.
Oh no, don't do that, because then we won't get to talk to you for probably 6 months.
I'm going to fucking prison.
I would be angry and Wanderer would just come out in one kick and his brother's balls would just go boom.
Oh, what are you doing for? I kick my brother in the fucking
Q,
balls.
I can barely hear you, brother.
Yeah, Q, I'm having a hard time hearing yourself, man.
Sorry about that.
No, it's alright,
You
man.
need to turn your mic up a little bit.
Is this better?
Huh?
Is this better?
It's a little better.
Yeah.
There we go. My mic's retarded. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but Wanderer, do not, I repeat, do not Rochambeau your little brother.
You should definitely
No.
do it.
I
No,
will Rochambeau a random person on the street and steal their fucking wallet.
Oh, no. Hey, I'll Rochambeau you for your wallet. I'll go first.
Oh,
I will Rochambeau you for that Greg's pasty.
Secretly, we
Wanderer.
who was it that Cartman did that to? Repeated. He did it to, I think, maybe Butters a lot.
Yeah.
And then somebody actually got him back, before.
Butters got him back.
How the turntables.
No, hey, Wanderer, what you could do is you could Rochambeau Doc for his hat. And it's like, I'll Rochambeau you for your hat. I'll go first. Boom.
Hey, I've been
Finally, I'll be
training
able to
martial
retrieve
arts, so I've
Bobby.
got balls of steel.
I'll be able to retrieve Bobby. Just like he's stuck under his fucking hat.
I mean, we could always put the balls of steel thing to a test. I have some steel-tipped boots.
Steel-tip boots. I was having a conversation
Actually, so
with my
do
friend's
I.
girlfriend the other day about how she has to wear steel-tip boots for fucking work.
Oh,
That was really funny.
Speaking of steel-toe boots, there was a guy who was going out in his yard with his metal detector. I think this may have been an Onion article, but the headline's just still funny. A guy, they said like maybe Onion, it said like a guy out in his backyard winds up digging himself into a 12-foot hole because his metal detector kept picking up his steel-toed boots.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's got to be definitely somewhere down around where we're from there, Doc.
Oh my goddamn boots! Oh my goddamn boots!
So I started a new job this week.
Oh, nice.
Oh
man.
yeah. What are you doing now?
I am working in a warehouse that wraps furniture.
I thought you were doing the insurance gig.
It just wasn't working, man. I wasn't making much money, and I was just like, "Fuck this." Besides,
Cute.
I like
Furniture
to use my hands. I'm a physical man. Yeah. Buff experience, Totally don't have man tits.
He's
But I've lost like
So-
10 pounds this week.
Wow.
Fucking hell. Yeah, dude, it gets hot in that fucking warehouse.
I bet, dude.
Say
I mean, I
huge
remember. Oh God, man, forget working in a warehouse. You want to lose some pounds quick? Come down here to the South in the summertime and just sit outside, even in the shade, and
Yeah.
you'll sweat some poundage, bro. I'm telling
Dude,
you.
Georgia is so fucking humid right now that it feels like somebody just laid a wet fart on you.
You fucking British folk always saying we Americans are fat. We literally sweat it out in the heat. You bitch. Can you do that over in rainy England?
Shouldn't you be asking yourself that question,
I
considering
was trying
you
to
are from
impersonate
there?
like an American.
That was a horrible, horrible job.
Yeah, I know. I was just doing my normal voice because I have no motivation.
Up in the shade.
Yeah, but screw working in a warehouse. Well, I mean, or just go work outside for a few hours.
Go outside. Holy
Dude,
shit, go outside.
Honestly, the only thing that I don't like about this job is the heat. Like, other than that, I love this job. It's really fucking easy. All I gotta do is move furniture all day and wrap it. Like, it's so easy. I love it. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's some heavy ass furniture, but who cares? I get paid.
Well,
What about you, man? How was your week?
Oh, hey guys. So one thing I wanted to chime in on is one of the things about the Americans, particularly those in the southern U.S., being fat. It's and overweight and obese and stuff, whatever you want to call it. The main reason why that's happened is back when it was more rural in the South. People were, obviously working out in the fields all the time, so they were burning a ton of calories.
Yeah.
So what they did is they would deep fry their food. Like, that's where you get all the fried chicken, all the deep fried vegetables, all the fried okra, just the cornbread, all that stuff, because it's higher in calories and gives your body the energy and that it needs just to survive. Well, then when you take out what the whole reason for those increased calories and replace it with a more sedentary lifestyle, and people don't change their diets and they're consuming the same amount of calories, weight gain is inevitable.
Yeah. I mean, like, dude, honestly, like, I've had an upset stomach all week, so all I've eaten this week is, like, fucking crackers, applesauce, and rice, and I've lost so fucking much weight. Like, I feel so much better than I did, like, 2 weeks ago.
That's great, man.
Yeah.
I'm actually gonna start getting on some of that soon because Lord knows I need to.
I'm telling you, DDP yoga.
Dude, like, I don't even need
Dude,
to
I
do,
can't.
like, real
I can't
shit.
afford that right now.
I can't afford Mountain Dew. Okay.
Shanny, please don't beat me for the Mountain Dew. I was a good boy today.
Yeah, somebody go buy me a Baja Blast. God damn it.
To get us man to drink something fucking daily.
Yeah,
I'll
no,
ask.
but
I'll ask him if he can lend a can.
just to let
Somebody
everyone,
buy me some. Somebody buy me some cigarettes.
just to let everyone know, I won't be here next week because I'm taking my my stepdad to the aquarium for Father's Day. So
Oh,
I'm
that's
trying to
right.
get
I,
Father's
I want to
Day
go to
is
an
next week.
aquarium, man.
I'm
I'm
trying to
missing
get
that.
all my jokes out that I can because you guys are gonna miss this.
Man,
Dude, you should drop acid and go to the aquarium.
I was thinking about it, but my girlfriend's not going to be there, so
Look at this fish. It's glowing.
No, the fact that he said the words "I actually thought about it" was the last thing I expected to hear.
Why is the
No,
fish
the thing
No,
is,
no,
like,
no.
so,
To be honest, no. To be honest with you, what I thought he was going to say was when I said you should drop acid and go to the aquarium. My instinct was that he was going to say, I really shouldn't do that. But the fact that he just blurted out, "I did think about doing it," is what is just absolutely priceless about it.
well, see, here's the thing, like, my girlfriend's gonna be there, so, like, I want to,
Jello's here,
but,
man. What's going on, brother?
hey, Jello shots, how you doing, buddy? But no, like, Widows, you asked us all how our week was, how was yours?
Oh, mine? Oh, well, shit. I'm coming off a 6-day work week because we had to move some scheduling shit around. And so I ended up working Sunday through Friday. Um,
Ugh.
oh, I mean, it really wasn't that bad. I mean, last night and the night before were pretty slow. Um, so it was all right. I basically just spent the night sitting there, did a little bit of reading. Because I'm trying to get back into my books and my library and everything because I get really I love to read, but I get really really lazy with it, and that kind of pisses me off in a way. So I'm trying to once I get done reading what I'm reading now, I'm going to just immediately pick something else up and read it.
Yeah, man, hell yeah.
Because right
So
now
I
what
have,
right now what I'm reading it's a book called The Middle Pillar by Israel Regardie, The Balance Between Mind and Magic. And basically what it is, it's talking about um, the act of ceremonial or ritualistic magic as an add-on to certain forms of psychiatry, which is it's very very interesting. I haven't really I'm almost a quarter of the way through it, but yeah, I've just got to get back into that habit.
right.
Because like about 2 years ago, I read six books. I think I read 6 books within the course of like 4 months.
So here's something I haven't been able to tell you guys that Widows, you will be surprised at. Me and my father are now getting along.
Oh, that's awesome, dude.
Yeah. We had a good couple of conversations this last week. The reason I wasn't here last weekend was A, I worked, and B, I got to spend time with my girlfriend, which is kind of a important thing, you know.
Indeed.
But yeah, no, I have some exciting things that you guys might find cool. A couple of buddies of mine, they're in their own band, and they're like, "Hey, do you want to help us record a acid metal version of Red Hot Chili Pepper?" And I'm like, "Are you fucking kidding me? Let's do this!" So we are
Well,
in
like a
early
psychedelic,
stages.
like a psychedelic version.
Yeah, so we
Oh,
are in the early
nice.
stages of recording it, and it's going to be fucking awesome, man. I can't wait.
Sounds cool, man.
We're doing the greatest hits album because we didn't know which album to do and we kept arguing about it. So we're like, fuck it, we're taking the best of. So
Whenever I hear somebody say greatest hits, I just have Remo Drive stuck in my head.
Right.
the one that
Fucking
I'm
love that album,
really
man.
really excited for is all of us have had heroin addictions. We're going to be
no.
doing, no. We're going to
I'll
be
have
doing
you
a
know.
song. We're going to be doing
That was like the most, dude. That
Um,
was honestly the most random thing that anyone has ever said about me.
Well,
We've all,
Yeah,
you know, everyone.
we've all had,
Yeah,
no,
heroin
not you guys.
And
yeah,
I'm talking about my
everyone
friends.
here has had a heroin addiction.
I'm talking about my friends that are doing the album with me.
Oh,
Oh.
right.
Yeah, all of us have had it, and we're doing the song Under the Bridge.
Well, you should have, you know, kind of emphasized that a little more, because you just really made an assumption that everyone in this panel right now had a heroin addiction of some kind.
No,
Like, what the
No.
fuck, dude?
the guys that I'm recording with and I are going to be doing Under the Bridge, which, if anybody doesn't know, that song is talking about a heroin addiction, and we're really excited for it.
I will come to Georgia and slap the shit out of you if you do heroin.
Oh no, I'm 4 years sober. Staying
The
And
sober.
then
threat
and then
is
and then
real.
I will send Wanderer to Rochambeau you.
I'm the ball assassin.
Jokes
Fear
up,
my
That's
I
right.
like my
That-
balls getting kicked.
That's right. Wanderer is in fact the ball assassin. So
You and the balls.
yeah, he is the
Fucking
king.
regret
He is
the day you were born, kiddo.
he is the king.
Okay.
He is the king of Rochambeau.
I gotta tell you guys this because you might find it. I know what widows you'll find this funny because you play D&D. So about a year or two ago, me and my friends were playing this campaign, and I was playing a character known as Nasir. He earned the fucking nickname the Iron Boot because he crit rolled, nut kicked 5 different fucking NPC like enemy characters and killed them. He killed them by kicking them in the nuts.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
That
you
is the
can
ball
actually die
assassin.
getting
I
kicked
step
in the
down. I step down. That is the ball assassin.
Yeah, you can actually die getting kicked in the nuts if you get hit hard.
Well, yeah, I mean
So-
that's one thing that all guys are aware of.
Well, it's not just that.
I mean, I've been kicked in the nuts a total of like 15 times in the
Yeah.
short amount of time I've been on this earth.
The nut
That's
kicking
short.
episode.
It's not something I'm proud of.
Yeah,
Doc, remember, Wanderer can Rochambeau you for your hat.
yeah, I'd
I'll
like to
fucking
watch
take that
happen live.
So I-
Can
so
we
I-
do it live?
So I would watch what you say.
No, well, I mean, seriously, the going back to it, I mean, like someone could actually die getting. I mean, even women could die getting kicked in the crotch.
Exploded nut syndrome is actually a thing, and it's not fun.
CBT.
So say what? What did you say, Q?
There is a thing that's colloquially known as exploded testicle syndrome.
Yeah,
And that is a thing.
yeah.
That
Well,
sounds
and,
awful, man.
well, and two, it's like one of my friends who's in the military. He and I were talking about that one time, and he said, believe it or not, he said guys actually have some protection, for obvious reasons. Something like, so you mean our balls protect us? He's like, yep.
This is just
Wow.
going to turn into the let's talk about testicles episode.
Well, I think it's.
No.
I also mentioned this too. So I did have a friend who last week he had to have. He had been diagnosed a couple of weeks ago with testicular cancer, and he had to go have one removed. And he threw a party, and he was cracking jokes about it. And so I was like, oh, okay, I was like, if he's making jokes, then that gives us all permission. So in regards to that, definitely, guys, check yourselves. And here's the weird thing. He didn't even have a lump at all. He asked him, was like, well, then what was the first sign? He said, I felt like I'd had a hernia since February. And I go get a physical and tell the doctor about it. The doctor goes, nope, you don't have a hernia. And they sent him across the hallway to get a sonogram done. And they came back and said, no, it was ultrasound. And they said, oh, this is definitely testicular cancer.
That's rough.
And it wasn't just like the ball they removed. It was all of the piping and stuff they had to go in and surgically remove. So we like one of the things is one of his mom's friends, who's like an uncle to him, got him a pen and like decorated it, made it look really nice, and gave it to him at the party, and it said Uniball on it.
That reminds me of the episode of Key and Peele where they're doing the stand-up comic and there's a burn victim in the fucking crowd.
Yeah.
And he cries at the end. He's like, he told me I could make fun of him.
Yeah. Yeah. It's so like just saying all that, like I figured that was a good segue to bring up, cancer awareness, especially for guys, because testicular cancer is one of those that is likely to hit a guy between the ages of 16 and 30 or something like that.
Yep.
So guys, take care of yourselves.
So on a lighter note, anybody have any dumb
Okay,
shit
I
happen this
really, wow, that I have to say that has to be one of the most awkward conversations that I've ever heard on this show since we've been doing it.
Tell them guys to go check
We
them
don't-
so they don't
yeah.
have testicular cancer.
Well, we don't need to be a PSA. We don't need to be a PSA for self-testing. I mean, it's pretty much embedded in your DNA once you get your first physical.
I have not had a physical in like forever, to be honest.
You said physical? You mean physical because you just said you hadn't had a testicle in like forever.
Fuck off.
Wanderer Rochambeau Doc, please.
It's kind of nice just having the four of us in a show for the first time in a while, because it's been a minute.
Indeed. Well, okay. So one thing I did want to talk about. Now, last week we did a show. It was myself, Sir Hatman, which shout out to my YouTube mentor, Sir Hatman. Gentleman and a scholar he is. So if you do not subscribe to Sir Hatman's channel, please go and look him up and get that subscribe button on for him and the notification bell. And if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button for us. It really helps us out. So
sexy like budding bitches.
But no, it was myself, Hatman, Stew Dog, and Wanderer. And basically what we were talking about is we were talking about the whole Shanny getting her channels terminated. Thank God, because YouTube looked really bad. They dropped the ball on that one.
YouTube drops the ball on so much.
But basically we were going over the whole TOS portion of this. So now I figured we have just a little bit of a discussion about what caused all of this to occur. Because I've been watching now. I watched basically how I was watching it, and Q, you've got that rattle coming through again.
Fuck me. Alright, there we go.
Oh, hang on.
Like
Jello, I'm gonna send you the link, brother. Why don't you hop in here with us?
Yeah, I like Jello shots.
Yeah, Jello's awesome.
Do you guys ever wonder what would happen if the show ever hits 1,000 subs?
Yeah, I do all the time, but
because it can happen. We're small now, but
we're slowly getting there. The way I look at it is, we do it one show at a time, and we just go that way. So
microphone, man. Swear to God,
it's all your fault, man. It's all your fault. But no, the TOS portion of the whole situation was one of the things that I was really fascinated with, because because basically what it was the whole situation with them yelling at the kid in the car, and then Frank and Brand from the Geek Room, which of course shout out to our boys over at the Geek Room. We love you as always. If you don't already, go ahead and subscribe to them as well. Great bunch of guys. Frank, Brand, yes, and even you, Billy. We love each and every one of you. Jello, what's going on, my friend?
Morning.
Oh my God, that fucking picture scared the shit out of me.
Right. That is
I
one of
thought
the most.
Shani was in here.
That's one of the most goddamn freaky pictures I've ever fucking seen.
I got some good pictures of Shani.
Oh,
I mean, good, bad, whatever. You know what I mean, right?
Cursed.
I just
So-
threw up a little bit in my mouth when I saw that picture.
everybody does.
I
So,
got-
Oh my god, that's just awful. Please take that down, man.
All right.
Oh man.
oh no, Doc, you do not know what you're asking because
You
they can
asked
get Oh yeah, they can get progressively worse. If you've never watched the Devil's Lettuce when he's on there or I've been on there with him, man, it gets worse sometimes. It really does.
I've just realized my mic's been on mute this entire fucking time. I'm very glad I'm not looking at the StreamYard right now and instead
I think
playing Halo.
Are you drunk? Are you drunk, Wanderer?
No, I'm not drunk.
Oh,
Okay.
God, that
Oh
was
man.
weird.
Oh man. Now, see, I told you it gets progressively worse, Doc. Thanks. But anyway, what we were talking about last week, like I said, was the TOS portion of all of this, because Frank and Brand both had videos about this, and they got pulled down. They have not been. And they appealed and they were denied. But she had one pulled down. She appealed. It went right back up, and then they pulled it right back down. And I was really confused. I was really confused about the whole situation. And of course, Stu Dog is our resident YouTube expert. And so basically, that was one part about it that I was really fascinated with. And now I know Jello has kept up. Oh dear God, is that Cobes?
It's Cobes.
Oh Jesus Christ!
Cobes
man.
has some extremely flat feet.
I'm hurting. I'm laughing so hard at this.
Seriously, walking around fucking, what is it, Casper must fucking hurt this dude. Like, it must suck.
Get some arch support, God damn it! I mean, come on. That's what they make insoles for.
Oh, God, that's not okay. Please change it, man. That was.
So now Jello's definitely been keeping up with all of this, a lot more than I have. So Jello, what I would like, if you can you give us just a synopsis of the entire situation for those who do not know about it?
Oh Jesus! Like of
We don't need the Bible. Just give us a few chapters.
I mean,
Basically, we went over the whole eviction thing a little bit here and there, but I'm talking about the road trip portion of it where everything went down.
the road trip was ugly as shit. I mean, in my opinion, it all started before when they got that when they got the notice that they were gonna be removed.
Right, that was back in March.
No. Like just a couple of days before that, the pink or red.
The red one from the sheriff's department.
Right. That one is like, yeah. Of course, there was a notice before, but it was important for her to act like this was an immediate thing so that she could get the e-bagging thing on.
Oh yeah.
And like the e-bagging is an important part of it because without the e-bagging, she doesn't have to be online all the time. She'll do long streams when she's like, in a manic phase, but when she's in a depressive phase, she won't. Unless she's actually getting some cash for it. Then she'll, e-bag 24/7 if she needs to.
Yeah, that 20-hour stream was proof of that. I mean, dear God, I couldn't watch that in its entirety, and I didn't honestly catch it live. I've been watching it through Drag's channel. That's the only way I can really tolerate it. And the ones he's doing about their whole, moving the plan, as it were, have been really interesting too.
Yeah, the plan, that plan series. That's what I'm talking about. That I don't look at the car ride as just a car ride in itself.
Oh,
right,
no.
Everything from the plan to when they got there was even a day or two after, because there was all that stuff that went on when they first got there, right?
Right. Well,
so to me, that's one saga. That's one
this
that
is
week
like
was a whole series.
right. This is almost kind of like the longest running YouTube drama series ever, in multiple parts because they took their first group of channels down, said they were done, and then 2 weeks later they came back. So yeah, but the whole thing, I've been watching a lot of the panels about Burnt Toast and Jules did a really good one last night. I was listening to a little bit of that at work, but and then I watched Jello. Did you watch Neg's interview with G-Man?
I don't watch either of those two.
I saw a clip of that.
Yeah, the only reason I watched it was because he was in. I wanted to basically see G-Man dodge every question that every direct question he was being asked, and boy, did he do it! I mean, he did it with finesse. I wasn't.
Did he dance the sidestep the whole time?
Yeah. Oh God. No. He was moving in a zigzag pattern the entire time. He was fucking the entire time he was on there because Negs would ask him something. He'd be like, yeah. And then the whole, the atheist got me fired from my job, and as a Christian in America, and I'm just like, this doesn't have anything to do with what he just asked you. So you're just dodging every single question. I mean, if I had to give G-Man a master degree in anything, it would be dodging questions. I mean, oh God, it was so pathetic. But is that Billy?
Yeah, that's Billy Bass.
Oh my God. Yeah, it is. It's disturbing. But now that everything that is occurring as of right now, because her channel's disappeared, then his disappeared, which I was very shocked when I saw that happen. And then of course his
when you say his, do you mean Rev's?
I'm talking about Rev, yeah.
Why would that shock you? She was using his channel to evade her ban.
Well, I figured. I had a thought that may occur, but at the same time, I was thinking that possibly YouTube had just finally caught up to who he was in that her particular video, and they went after him too. That I watch a lot of this on different channels, and I keep up with it as much as possible. Well, for the most part, I try to decompress at least one day a week. Because it's a lot to take in, trying to figure out what's going on. My issue, and this is what, and I'm going to call it out for what it is. When they yelled at that kid, I'm going to tell you right now that, like, I watched Frank's video before it got taken down, and Frank was livid, and his anger and his rage were justified. I felt it. But you still have these people in, like, because she's streaming over on Instagram now. You still have these people that are supporting her and just throwing money at her. That is what, and I'm sorry that I'm getting a little angry. But how the fuck can you keep supporting someone like that? That's my question.
Well, because their eyes are closed, they don't actually see what we see. That's why.
Well, the fact that people are still enabling this behavior and just throwing money at this woman for being just incredibly vile. It takes another. Basically, it makes me look at humanity in a little bit of a different way, because I can't stand for things like that, man. Especially when it's a young kid and they have autism. You don't do shit like that, dude. You don't yell at them. I mean, you have to be. Somebody please take over because I'm kind of getting.
Like the thing is, man, like as much as it's shitty for like because we see it, they don't. Like they ignore it. They don't care. They're up Shani's ass. Like in us, telling them like she's a piece of shit. It's just gonna. It's like an abusive relationship, right? Like fucking, we could tell them all we want that that's bad for them to be in and all this shit, but they're not gonna listen because you know.
Who's watching TV?
Doc, probably.
No, it's not me. I'm not watching TV. My TV's off.
Right, like me, I'm playing Halo right now.
It could
Wow.
be my background too.
Way to be uninterested there, Wanderer.
I mean, I could stream it as content.
No, it's copyrighted.
Halo isn't copyrighted.
Yeah, you could play
It
it
is.
though.
Everything's copyrighted, just about.
Well, you can't copyright gaming unless it's like demo gameplay.
Right. Jello, what's your take on all of that? Like the people that are actually still enabling her and giving her money. He must have stepped away for a minute. But now watching them where they are now, and I mean, of course, you've seen G-Man and all of this and all of that, and they're still in just this consistent cycle of denial about all of it. It was somebody else's fault that the townhouse got ransacked, or whatever. They destroyed that place and they ran. But the whole time, it wasn't about. Well, we lost Q.
Oh,
They made sure to get plenty of their stuff and all of this, and then oh my lord, I just even keeping up with it through other channels and then seeing all this happen, and for her to have the nerve to keep trying to go out there and say, to have the nerve to say, yeah, hey, I'm still here and we found, we're going to be here for a while and da 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 da, or this is where we're going to be staying from now on or whatever, which isn't true, but people are just still enabling it. And you want to shake these people. You really do. You just want to be like, I mean, how can you turn a blind eye to this? I mean, now granted, when I was growing up, yes, if I did something wrong, I got yelled at for it. If it was severe enough, yes, I did. And I got spanked when I was a kid. When I did something wrong, that was my punishment. And it was discipline. It wasn't abuse. And at the age of 18, I looked my father dead in the face and I told him, I said, I want to say thank you. And he said, for what? And I told him, and this was a direct quote, I told him for whipping my ass when I got in trouble when I was a kid, because you know what? I'm a better person for it. And a lot of people, and that's how I grew up. And I understand I understand the difference. I understand the difference, yes. But you don't just beat a kid. You don't just verbally abuse a kid at any point. You do not do that. You do not cross that line. But to a handful of people, they're just, it's all right. It's whatever. Hey, let's send those people some money. All of this. I mean, when did we get to a point in society where it is okay to enable that behavior? I mean, we are it's like we're almost. It's kind of in a way like we're de-evolving, if that makes sense. I mean, because think about it. we had great periods in history, like we had the Renaissance and the Iron Age and things like that, and just all of these really intelligent people that have come before us. A lot of I have many of them on my bookshelf over here. The philosophers and everything like that, and just as the centuries have gone by, it's just started to dwindle. It's really started to dwindle. We are literally moving into idiocracy.
I mean, I think society nowadays is flawed, but it's also good. We have made a lot of advancements in just a decade that we saw nearly impossible 30 years ago.
Well, I mean,
on top of that, we have also gave people who are within the LGBT a right to freedom, a right to be themselves, and
right,
that's
absolutely.
something I really disagree with the past. Like, sure, people are always like, "Oh, the past was so great and shit." Like, people are like these heroes from World War II and shit. And yeah, while it was great, but it wasn't perfect. I feel like that's the exact same place we are today. Life is always going to be pretty good, but it's never going to be perfect. And that's
right, I get that. But I mean, and what I meant by what I was talking about, looking back into history, I'm talking about from an intellectual standpoint. Obviously, we as a society have also evolved in a way, but I mean, it's a strange. To me, it's a roller coaster ride. If you get what I mean.
Yeah, I kind of
the progress that we have made as a society with like the LGBTQ community and everything like that is amazing. I applaud that. I really, really do. But I also see I mean, basically keeping up with a lot of this and watching a lot of it, you start to see, a portion of the dark side of humanity. And that's why it's a roller coaster ride. It's like, we take several steps forward, but then we take like one or two back.
It's like that Typo Negative song, Angry Inch,
Yeah.
6 inch forward, 5 inch back.
Yeah.
Except that's about a penis.
I mean, Steel Panther has a song where they say he's gonna give a woman 5.5 inches of love. So there's that.
Oh, Lord. But well, Doc, I know you have something to say about.
She asked me to give her 9 inches and make it hurt, so I fucked her 3 times and punched her in her head.
Wow! He just came back out of nowhere.
The room was completely black.
Oh man, I totally should never have quoted the Steel Panther lyric.
I'm really sorry about that, y'all. My son called me on the phone and I had to step away for a minute.
Oh no, you're good, man. You're good. I mean, family comes first, man. You take care of them.
Except for when they don't.
And got a kick in the head.
As the song says, yes.
Whoa, golly.
But well, now that Jello's popping back in with us, I mean, honestly, what is your take on these enablers? I mean, as you clearly can tell, I mean, it pisses me the fuck off. But how did we get to the point where we enable things like this?
I think it's a combination of things. I think sometimes people want to justify their own behavior, so they will say, "Well, we can't get too upset for someone because of this, because of that." When what they're really thinking is, "Well, if that person's hateable, then so am I." I think that's some of it. I think another part is, I think people have a hard time believing what they hear. And I don't think people, there's new people all the time, right? There's people that are just now coming into the community that hate Shanny. There's people that are just now coming into the community that don't hate Shanny. It depends on what you see.
Exactly. I mean, but even when you have like the blatant evidence like right there in front of you, I mean, how can you still turn around and deny that? I mean,
people are like that. People just deny direct evidence like that because they want to so desperately like somebody and shit. I don't know what somebody's motive for doing that would be if you're in such a denial, but I suppose it's like kind of like a a refusal to this kind of thing that's appeared in front of you. So like somebody could be the most heinous fucking person on the internet. Like say, I don't know, like Lion Maker, for example. Lion Maker is, for those who don't know, a Minecraft YouTuber that basically got exposed for being a nonce.
What's that name again?
Lion Maker.
It sounds like a racial slur to me. I think I'm just having a problem with your accent. I'm sorry.
Nah, it's all right. But yeah, either way, Lion basically got exposed for having an inappropriate relationship with somebody 11 years younger than him who was underage. And basically, when it happened, a load of fans, like over the last couple of years, even though we got arrested for it, were in absolute denial. And that was even happening last year before he got banned from YouTube. Which, by the way, it took him nearly 5 years to get banned from YouTube. Which is insane, considering there was literal documented evidence of him doing this, and YouTube did nothing. So that's another point towards, you know, people arguing about YouTube being quite incompetent when it came to taking down Bran and Frank's videos, but reinstating somebody else's and stuff when it was basically the same thing. Yeah, so YouTube shows incompetence in that aspect. However, fuck, I lost my train of thought. I can't remember what I was meant to say.
Have you been drinking?
No, I think honestly today I'm just kind of mentally exhausted.
It was about YouTube not having
YouTube dropping the ball, basically.
Yeah. Well, that was one point I kind of spiraled off into. But yeah, it was about like fans kind of denying somebody's done something bad, and Lion Maker still had fans 5 years after he got exposed, with like actual evidence that he did what he did, and his fans were still supporting him, saying, "Oh man, you were my childhood," and shit like that, totally denying what happened to this young girl that was victimized by this person. So that can still happen. It's disgusting when it does, and I'm not quite sure how you would go about combating it.
And there's two of these enablers that they I can't recall their names like right off the top of my head, and so I'm not gonna pretend that I can remember them at this particular moment. I think they actually met up with one of them while they were heading back to Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Which one was that, John? Was it Who Dat?
Okay, look, there's a few names that are very similar to each other. It's someone whose name is just like Who Dat. I'm not sure if that's their name or not, but that's the person. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
That was the person that came on to Jules' stream to defend Shani, and she actually got on camera. Whew.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I remember. That's right. I watched that at work a couple of nights ago.
Whatever her name is, and it is something like Who Dat. Yeah. Okay, I think the other person I keep thinking of is Guess Who, and that's not Who Dat. My bad. I'm sorry. Dumb.
You've been hitting the bowl a little hard today, haven't you, my friend?
I mean, I'm about to go get my second poke.
No judgment here. No judgment.
And I don't generally leave the house anyway, so I am kind of a ball of nerves today.
Oh, hey, I don't blame you, man. I don't. Like I said, no judgment here. I'm sitting here puffing on a vape pen right now. So,
I did have something I wanted to contribute. When you were talking about how the yelling at the kid bothered you.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, that was troublesome. But I already had my cry for Shani's kid that day that she was sitting there talking about him on video, and he's sitting there begging her to just leave him out of it.
Yeah.
In like not in so many words. It brought me back to when I was a kid and how frustrated I was because you just don't have the words. There's words out there. You know that you're being wronged by someone who is not supposed to be wronging you. You know what I mean? But you don't know how to get it across. And all he could do was just holler and get frustrated. And I cried for the kid that day. I really did. But by the time what was the line? I'm gonna beat the shit out of you.
Yeah, something like that.
By the time he did that,
no, he said you're gonna get your ass beat or something.
Ass beat. Yeah, a lot of it was kind of beyond. Yeah, I shrug it off a little bit easier coming from those animals, those monsters. But what really, like, I think since we saw that live and all, I think that was really on people's minds. But man, that is verbal abuse.
Yes,
but
absolutely.
The squalor that those kids were living in, like if you're going to feel for something, like understand that Rev and Shani either are unaware because they're just not going into their kids' room and they're not bothering, or they do see it and they're just not doing anything about it. Either
they're just
way,
ignoring it, basically.
One way or another, it's a complete lack of. And Shani can say people went in and messed up their house. She can say we brought in a year's worth of old cat turds. But I do
have to give them credit for that one. That one I liked. I'm like,
right, but you got to tell me who brought the stain.
Right.
Who brought that brown stain in front of you? Want to say people just tossed water all over your kids' floors and that wasn't pee stains? Fine. But who brought that big brown stain in front of the cat box? That is there from time.
Oh, yeah. Oh, like, I have 2 cats, and I keep their box clean. Trust me.
You want to do a little bit, run a little bit of an experiment? Let that litter box fill up to the point where they won't use it anymore, and see if they don't just go right in front of the litter box.
Yeah,
and see if it doesn't start to look just like their fucking litter box. Tell me if that don't happen. I want to know.
Just a PSA, don't do that.
No, I was
science, baby. It's for science.
It's for the sheer scientific
science.
Just for sheer fucks and giggles, basically.
Please don't abuse your animals.
Oh, like God, that.
No! Clean up after. Like, I'm totally kidding. I don't want anybody to hear me on. Seriously.
No, you're joking.
Oh no! Wanderer and Doc can tell you my 2 little spoiled rotten princess cats in here. I treat them very well, so they're very well taken care of. But like I said, that one I like. That was original. I'll give them originality for that. But the rest of it, oh no.
It wasn't original. It was the exact same thing as Vaughn saying fucking Marsha Frost came in and fucking told the kids to write "Feed Us, Daddy" on the wall. It's the same line. It's exactly what people that cannot accept responsibility for anything do. They blame everybody else but themselves. That's exactly what those people should do, or would do, or whatever. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, to be perfectly honest with you, when they left and started heading for Pennsylvania, I did not honestly see those. I didn't see those videos coming. I don't think anybody did. Like that fucking that was a goddamn wrecking ball. I mean, oh my God. I got home from work and saw that. I stayed awake to watch it.
I admit I had suspicions because of things they said, right? Because there's there was more than one video, more than one conversation. These idiots let things slip. And they made it sound to me just the way they were talking. Look, I can't pull up videos and show you I don't know, but on
Well, no. I
two
mean,
different occasions, they were saying things that made it sound to me like they buy a bunch of food, Shani eats it, and then Rev and the boys eat the leftovers. We
That's
were
disgusting.
joking about it for a while, but I really think they made it sound like that, not me.
no, I completely agree because I mean, when you think about it, the atrocious cooking videos that she was doing, which, my God, I
I
don't.
don't think that woman's cooked a day in her life. She acts like me. I don't cook.
Let me. I can pretty much describe her cooking in one word: salt, and lots of it. Oh my
Heart
God.
attack.
I was no. Oh man, um, one of the first little cooking streams that she did, or that I was watching from Jules and Burnt Toast. Um, Wilson popped in, and Wilson had a goddamn come apart. I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, he lost his mind, and that's someone else that I really enjoy talking to when I get a chance to go on TDL with everybody. But yeah, like he just he just had me in stitches the whole time. He's just like, no, God damn it, you gotta you do it this way. What the fuck are you thinking? And um no, she attempted cooking and failed horribly. But what Jello is saying, like basically this whole suspicion, like she basically eats pretty much everything and then they get what's left. That's what basically I was taking away from those cooking videos, because I mean she would make enough fucking food to feed like 8 people. Um like, are you feeding a military platoon or some shit? I mean, come on. And Wanderer Doc, if you have not seen these, you can go look them up at your own risk, but it's it's bad. It's really really fucking bad.
The word I would use to describe her cooking, if I were to use one word to describe it, would be more.
More?
Yeah, more. It reminds me of when I was 10 and someone gave me a boboli. You know what boboli is?
No, I don't
No.
think I've ever heard that before.
They're these they're at the grocery store. They're these like pizza crusts
Uh-huh.
that are like already they're baked bread. You just put your toppings on it and then throw it in the oven and bake it for a little while and it crisps up some.
Oh, okay.
Boboli is the brand. So I was given a boboli, and I was a latchkey kid, so parents took off, and I was like, well, everything's good on a pizza, and I just kept piling stuff on it until I just had a big mess of stuff that wouldn't cook, and that's because I was a dumb little kid. I've gotten a lot better. Hey, Valheim, great game. I've gotten better since, but I'm not a child anymore. She is still that idiot child. Like I think I was like 10, maybe 9, somewhere around there,
Yeah.
I was watching one of them through Jules, and it's when she was making the dough. And
oh, the cat hair on that bag.
Yeah, right. That and the fucking sparkling water to make the dough with, and I'm like, no, what the fuck are you doing? Um, why? Why was my first question, and then what the fuck are you doing was my second. But my consistent question was why? Why did you do that? It's gonna fuck with the yeast that you're trying to make the dough with. You fucking half-wit. I mean, it doesn't take a fucking genius to figure out that you don't use sparkling water. in a fucking recipe. You use it for drinks, but you don't use it to like actually cook with.
I love me some sparkling water in my cakes. Make cakes with sparkling water.
Well, you are indeed. Well, you are a strange one, sir. That's all I'm going to
I'm a
say.
bit of a specimen in it. I'm a bit of a specimen.
I like to make Italian sodas. That's what they call them at the coffee stand when I get them.
Mm-hmm.
But I use the the fizzy water, and then I use the what is it? Torani, or the bottles of syrup.
Right.
Like and I got a few flavors. I got cherry. I got root beer, lime.
You have one of the you actually have one of the soda making machines like
No, I don't have a soda machine. I just use a bottle of the bubbly water and pour a little bit of that in it. Give it a little mix, a couple ice cubes, and then I put a little dollop of heavy cream on top.
Ooh, that sounds interesting.
And you can't mix the cream in, or it'll curdle and be awful. But if you just drop a little bit of cream in, it just kind of sinks and has a nice little, and it finishes off with this nice, sweet, fatty finish on your mouth. It's kind of nice.
Oh, I'll have to look into that. That sounds. I like to drink White Russians, so that sounds like something I might enjoy.
It's like a sugar controlled soda. You know what I mean? It's like it's way better than a Coca-Cola in my opinion, and you get way less sugar out of it. Way less.
What's this? What's this?
Italian sodas.
Oh, how much is it? Like at least half the sugar?
I don't know. You make it, right? So you put in however much of the stuff you want to put in.
I mean, realistically, even half the sugar in a soda, you're still going to wind up having, like, if you cut the calories in half, you're still going to have at least 75 calories. In most cases, you're still going to have 100 calories in that drink. I mean, getting a light Yingling is going to be more fulfilling than that.
Yeah, I wasn't really so concerned about the calories. It's just I'm a fat man, and I just concerned about my sugar intake. I don't do those 2 liters of Mountain Dew like Vaughn does, because I don't want to lose my feet. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Well, now I've backed off. I've backed off a lot of them. Like I have like maybe one soda a day, and then the rest of the time I'll have mostly water. You know, pretty much the whole time. But I usually have one a day. Now, like if I'm getting off work, because I work overnights, and so I get off at 7 in the morning, and when I have to go and when I'm going to visit my mother, like I'll get an energy drink because kind of wake me up, because I've got a 45-minute drive ahead of me. And then like the rest of the afternoon, like the rest of the day, I'll drink water. Like I have to have a little bit of caffeine go through me in some form, whether it be coffee or said sugary drink. But yeah, I try to keep water going through me as much as possible. But that little mixture sounds like it might be good with vodka, actually.
Sure, you can put some vodka in there.
I'm gonna have to. I'm not a big vodka drinker except in White Russians, but I might have to get a little bottle and try that.
I had like an hour's old White Russian at work, and it tasted like shit because like the mixture had separated and the ice had melted, and it was like just disgusting. It tasted like dishwater. It was awful.
Yeah, that's why you drink it when they make it, and don't just let it sit there.
He made it like 2 hours before I got there, and nobody drank it. So, and then they dared me to drink it, so I drank it, and I instantly regretted it as soon as that taste touched my tongue.
Look, wait a minute. You drank it and didn't get money for it?
Nah,
that's bullshit. That's like Rev drinking bong water for $5. Dude, if you're gonna drink bong water, you better be getting at least 50 out of that, because that's just fucking disgusting.
Don't bong water like kill you or something? Or is that just some stupid
Nah,
shit?
it's just gross.
Yeah.
Like the
I
thing
heard
is,
somebody say, "Oh yeah, like this was when I was kids." Like when I was a kid, somebody told me, "Oh, you can dive dirty bong water." Like I was like, "What the fuck?" Okay. Why you
Why
sound like
Oh,
with the
that's exactly
bong?
where like
oh
literally
gosh,
12.
y'all. Gross. I
But
think I threw up a little bit in my mouth.
yeah,
with
I mean,
the,
if you're gonna
with
drink bong water,
Oh
yeah,
shit.
you better be getting at least $50 out of that.
No,
well,
no,
the
here,
thing
no,
is,
dude, they grow bacteria and fungi.
yeah, if you're gonna drink my bong water, you might want $50. If you're gonna drink their bong water, you might want an insurance policy. Look, look, you saw how the way they don't clean up after themselves. Like
Right.
like he said, no, that's clean water. And I doubt they replace their water. But if they replace their water, that's all they do. They don't give it a soak. They don't give it a scrub. There's no way they go through that effort.
Oh no.
Jenny thought I
Absolutely
was
not.
like her best friend because I taught her how to do some minimal dab rig maintenance.
Oh, hey, you can also get
I,
strep and E. coli in that. So there you go. You get black
Ooh,
mold.
tasty.
I actually I every once in a while I had a glass piece a while back, and just every once in a while, like every couple of months, I would boil it. Um, I get a lot of good resin out of it too.
I use rock salt and alcohol.
There's a certain kind of alcohol I think you can use. No, it's I saw it to clean one hitters actually, um, but it works for glass pieces too.
I use isopropyl.
Huh?
I use isopropyl.
Oh, I think that's it. I can't. I used it like one time. The rest of the time, I just started boiling them. Um, no, but um, I'll tell you one of the nicest ways nicest ways to take a hit like that is when you put fresh water in it, drop you a few ice cubes down in there. That's very nice. If you have never done that, I highly recommend it.
Noted.
I mean, in my opinion, you can use ice instead of water.
The ocean.
All the water really does is it catches the ash. So
Well, I would still appreciate that, to be honest with you. Plus, it's just not the same without that special sound that they make.
yeah. I love a bong with a good chug.
Right. Um, but yeah, I mean, yeah, you're right, Jello. You may want to triple your life insurance policy if you were going to attempt that. Because I mean, honestly, one he drank, it looked like it was full of like one of Shaney's Dr. Peppers is what it looked like. And here's the other stupid part of it. And Billy pointed this out at one point. It's just like, yeah, I drank bong water, and now I'm going to do the one chip challenge. Way to go, champ! I mean, could you be any more ignorant?
I mean, look, he had stuff in his gut he needed to get out. I think that was the best time for him to do the one chip challenge. Really,
I think honestly he should have saved it until he started eating all that terrible cooking that he kept shoving down his face.
it's fucking that. Secular opinion.
Yeah, yeah.
That man is a goddamn genius.
Yes, he is.
I never would have noticed it the way he did, but like Rev starts, holding up a bottle of Pepto Bismol and talking about how good of stuff it is, and the only thing that changed recently was his goddamn diet. Shani had started cooking. Holy shit! That I just about fell over when he said, "I'm like, that's true. It's fucking true as hell."
I saw the video where he held up the Pepto, and then I watched Secular, and he was pointing everything out, and I'm just like, holy fucking shit, dude. Like and how sickly he started looking. I swear to God, I think she was poisoning him. Dude, come on.
Intentionally or not, right?
It It's either the arsenic or the goddamn food. Take your pick. Um, man, but it's all
Poor
so fucking.
boys.
Oh, it's all so fucking atrocious. I mean, it's. I mean, the deeper that this rabbit hole goes, it's like it just it's it's like a bog, and it just gets harder and harder to move through. You know what I'm saying? Like it's almost starting to get to where you're like literally walking through like sludge or used motor oil or something like that. I mean, it's just it's like barely moving. It's also because I mean honestly the other problem that I have is they don't know when to shut the fuck up. They want to complain because people are doing commentary on the things they say and the things that they do. You put your whole goddamn life on YouTube, and this is a public platform. You want to deliberately misunderstand or don't understand at all TOS and think you have a right to pitch a fucking fit when people call you out for shit. Go fuck yourself. Get your shit off of YouTube, or just like go away and then come back and try to rebrand, and don't put all your fucking drama out here for everybody to see, or else you're going to get exactly what you deserve. I mean, why would you? Why put your entire life on fucking YouTube? Really?
Well, okay. It, there's a few different answers. Much like Vaughn, they feel they have the right to be on the internet just like everybody else does. So there's that.
Right.
And then also there's narcissism involved. You know, there's oh look at me thing.
Oh, I've actually talked. Doc has I think talked to someone, and I have actually mentioned them to a friend of mine who loves to study psychology, and I'm like, here, enjoy, go, and because I think honestly, it would be as grotesque and atrocious and vile as it all is, it would make an interesting case study. I really, really think so.
You want to go to a dark place?
Trust me, brother. I've been to dark places.
What if?
Not to their extent, but I've been
Well,
I've been to the brink and back again.
here's a thought you may not have undertaken.
Okay.
What if Jenny has seen the boys' room and does know what it looks like and does know what they're doing, and her being on the internet and fantasizing about being a rich YouTube star makes it easier for her to avoid the reality of
hence they broke in and ransacked the place excuse.
sure.
Because honestly, I really believe, honestly, I don't think there's just a way around it. I do believe that she knew and she just didn't give a shit, because that, and I noticed that it was one thing that I noticed about the video, and then, someone, and it didn't click until someone pointed it out in one of the videos I was watching, that the boys' rooms were pretty much bare bones, while theirs was just had everything in it pretty much. I'm like, wait a minute. This isn't like you. I don't have. I honestly, I don't have words.
Well,
There's
how
no.
about when they were streaming and the boy comes to the bedroom, Mom, I can't find my cord
Oh yeah.
for my notebook so I can do school. Can I have yours? No, I'm online right now. or knocking on the bathroom door. Why? Because their bathrooms were trashed, and and a good assumption is Shanny wasn't going to have maintenance in, because he would have seen what the squalor that the kids were living in and probably would have called CPS. So they can't have maintenance come in and fix the place. So the one fucking working bathroom, Rev and Shanny are in it for 3 hours doing her fucking makeup tutorial. And the boys are banging on the bathroom door. I gotta go. I might as well just use the piss corner.
I mean, I'm gonna say this. I mean, my heart goes out to those boys. It really does, because no one should have. Honestly, no one should have to grow up that way.
Well, my sincere hope is we can stop talking about Shanny and them now that they've been pulled offline, just because.
Well,
there's such. I mean, we're giving them too much attention.
No, basically at this point the attention is justified, because I mean, I don't know anything about it, but like I said, I've been watching Drag's channel, and Burnt Toast and Jules and Frank and Brand and all of this, and there's apparently things going on places, but people are I mean, I don't know any more than that. But no, right now, I mean, is just vile as it is, the attention is justified, because they like I said, they don't know when to shut up. They've got to get everything out all the time. They have to play victim. We're gonna targeted harassment, and we're suing YouTube and all this. Okay, first of all, you have to have money to hire a lawyer, which you don't have. Second of all, I would love to be a fly on the wall when a lawyer or a judge looks at you and tells you that you have absolutely no case whatsoever. People are well within their right to do the commentary, and just because you don't like it doesn't mean that you get to just sue them for it. So, haha, case dismissed. Be sure to pay your lawyer and your court fees. But no, the attention, once again, is justified, even though it is very vile and disgusting. Because open mouth, insert foot, leg, harm, whatever. Because it's just going to be a consistent shit show, is all it's going to be. I mean, as much as people want them to go away, I think a lot of them know, and this is just my opinion. I want to say that this is just my opinion. I mean, a lot of people are just making sure that they watch them, what's going on, because I mean,
I'm very glad I didn't have my mic on just 2 seconds ago, because I screamed like a little bitch.
What's your excuse the rest of the time?
Wow, fucking wow. Where'd that troll go? There he is. Blue bastard.
I will.
The troll is talking right now.
I will Rochambeau you, wanderer.
I will Rochambeau this troll. Watch. Oh shit! Never mind. Run away.
Run away! It's like Monty Python here.
But no,
the fuck.
I mean, they're I'm just, to be honest with you, I'm just kind of waiting for the other shoe to drop.
What other shoe's going to drop? I mean, they're in the legal system now, and they're probably going to end up getting arrested.
Well, I mean, that's exactly my point. That's what I'm waiting for.
But see, my issue is too, though. I mean, so many people, like before this, were giving them attention that they clearly did not deserve, and it fueled them. And these people are are narcissists, or at least or sociopaths. There's no way they're psychopaths because they're just not simply organized.
No,
Psychopaths.
no. They have no. There's no empathy. There is fake sympathy.
Yeah,
There's
that's
that
what
fake.
narcissists and
I
psychopaths.
I understand that. That's what I'm saying. There is false sympathy. There is no empathy whatsoever because it's always me, 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 me. The narcissist, that's all, like, just saying all that goes together.
I mean, they are disorganized like sociopaths and narcissists are, though.
Well, I mean, you'll and Jello can back me up on this. They'll a bunch of shit will get started, and then Rev is going to be the first one that you see, of course, doing a video because Shani told him to.
I
playing
love his hostage videos.
Exactly. And he'll be sitting there, kissing her ass, and then he'll start, throwing Jesus in there here and there and try to play nice, and then it just goes right back to the way it was. And they cherry pick the Bible. That's exactly what they do, because they think that book helps justify their actions, and it doesn't. Nothing but
YouTube. They also cherry pick YouTube TOS. They keep thinking they're gonna get Trolls channel shut down because of some new fucking thing they figured out in the TOS.
They don't have anything, and the fact that they just can't accept it is what's the most pathetic. Because, like, look, you did something wrong, you got caught, you got put on blast all over the world, and you're still trying to chase that YouTube dream. How? I mean, honestly,
well, it's one of those things where, like, yeah, there is an issue where they've I don't know. It's just, to me, it just seems like it's a little bit beyond narcissism as well, though. With them, it's more, they're lazy. They have no. They're really wasting their lives, and thank God they found each other, because that means it's two people out of the pool of potential mates. Although who would ever want to be with either one of them is beyond me. It's kind of like you've got two turds floating in the bowl, and they find each other and merge into one big massive turd.
That was almost a play on Pink Floyd.
Well,
line, two lost souls swimming in a fishbowl, but I don't want to. I'm sorry, Lord, forgive me for throwing such disrespect at Pink Floyd. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's Pink Floyd. Who cares?
Shut the fuck up. You shut the fuck up, Donnie. That's Pink fucking Floyd. Shut the fuck up. Yeah.
Rush is way better than Pink Floyd.
Fuck you, buddy.
Jesus Christ, Geddy Lee, that rat-faced motherfucker. Are you kidding me?
Oh, dude, Rush is my favorite band. I will argue with you all night over this.
Dude,
what are you,
Troll makes
Canadian?
better music. This troll makes good music. He like screaming into the mic and shit. Yo.
Doc, Jello asked if you're Canadian.
You're a goddamn secret nade, aren't you?
He's a ginger.
Fuck you.
Doesn't mean anything. No, I would never insult myself by becoming Canadian. I mean, that's that. I mean, I'm a proud American, dude.
Nobody besides Canadians likes that band.
Yo, while you guys are debating over Americans, Canadians, whatever the fuck have you, I just defeated a fucking troll. I'm so fucking happy.
In all fairness, I do like Canada. I've been up there. I've been up there once. I want to go again. I've got a lot of Canadian friends, so they tend to have a pretty good sense of humor. And my favorite band is from Canada. But
Canada?
Yeah.
Canadian.
You sound like a racist person trying to say, "Oh, I have black friends, so I'm not racist."
Yeah, I know. But at the same time too, if I have to pick, the stars and bar, or was it the red, white, and blue over. I almost said something really bad there. If I have to choose the red,
Just
white,
stop
and blue
talking. Just stop talking.
over the maple
pledge
leaf, I will
allegiance.
always choose the bald eagle over the maple leaf. That's me.
Okay. Thank you for your
I'd
extreme
choose-
patriotism.
I choose death over being British.
But
That's
no,
isn't that
but
like
say,
most
no. Wait
British?
a minute. But no, wait a minute. Back to what we were talking about. But no. Floyd is better than. I mean, I like Floyd better than Rush. I like Rush, but I like Floyd way.
Yeah,
better.
you might like them better, but it doesn't necessarily mean that they're objectively better.
I would
Rush?
have to.
Like,
I would
wait,
have to disagree because
No.
Ummagumma was an amazing record. The
Yeah,
Wall
you're
was
competing.
amazing.
You're competing against Neil Peart and Geddy Lee and Alex Lifeson.
Okay, well then I'll throw another one at you. I'll throw Led Zeppelin at you.
is the band called Rush?
Yes,
Yeah.
Rush.
Also,
No,
the
look,
big time
the
Rush.
best, the best record by Rush is Moving Pictures.
See, that's one of their best, but as a diehard Rush fan, I'm like, now the band says that Neil Peart says Moving Pictures is when Rush became Rush. So for that reason alone, because the band says that's their pinnacle, I have to accept it as that. But my favorite Rush albums are, in no particular order, Moving Pictures, Power Windows, Counterparts, and Snakes and Arrows, and Clockwork Angels.
Thought there was another big blue cunt. I got scared.
Jello, who are you pick? Are you picking Floyd over Rush?
Oh, for sure. And for album, it's
can't
going
all
to
have great
be
taste.
Delicate Sound of Thunder.
Delicate.
If I remember correctly, that's more of a compilation album. I think it's not like. I think that's like a songs off a couple of different albums, but yeah, it's my favorite Pink Floyd album. It just is.
Right. I always enjoyed Ummagumma. That was always one of my favorite ones.
I really like several species of small furry animals gathered together in a cave and grooving with a pick, but I don't care much for the rest of the album.
Do you like The Dead by any chance?
Please say no. Please say no. Please say no. Please
Shut up, dog.
I mean, I did a lot of LSD, so there was no avoiding The Dead, but they're not my favorite band. But I really do enjoy a couple of their songs. That Casey Jones song,
Yeah.
and Friend of the Devil.
Oh, those are two of my favorites. One of my all-time favorites though is Broke Down Palace from the American Beauty album.
Space Truckin' or something like that.
No, the song was called Truckin'.
Truckin', yeah.
Yeah, and then I mean, I'd never listened to them. Like I knew the song Touch of Grey. I knew it, but I didn't know anything past that. And then finally, a couple of years ago, one of my lodge brothers, he's like, "Man, you got to at least give them a shot." And he told me to just listen to from 1967 to 1981, and I did for an hour every day off that I had. 1 hour I would dedicate to listen to a Grateful Dead record, and I enjoyed it. I legitimately enjoyed everything that I listened to, and so yes, I've become a deadhead, as it were, in my older age. I actually have a copy of Blues for Allah on vinyl that I got last couple of Christmases ago. Jello, do you collect vinyl, or do you have a vinyl collection at all?
I don't. I listen to most of my music on YouTube nowadays.
Well, I've slowly started collecting records. My cousin found. It's definitely not a first pressing, but he found me a copy from 1976 of Paranoid from Black Sabbath on vinyl.
Oh, that's quite an album.
Yeah, I mean,
my favorite Sabbath album.
The first six are the best. that when it was all Ozzy. But he found that and he paid, I think, like $6 for it. And he sent me a picture of it. He's like, "Hey, I found this and thought you might want it." And he sent me a picture of that and he brought it to me. And the next day I was getting ready to clean the house and I'm like, you know what? And I put that on and it was so amazing to hear Black Sabbath with all of the pops and cracks in the record and everything like that. That was incredible. Like I finally had a true understanding of metal from that time because I actually have now got the chance to listen to it the way, the way that people were hearing it when it came out. That made me appreciate it even more. Um, and it's so different. It's almost like, yeah, you can go onto YouTube and you can listen to digitally enhanced stuff, and people will actually record records onto YouTube so you can hear it that way. But when you actually own it and 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 get to experience it yourself, it's amazing. I think it's a great way to appreciate music nowadays. Go back and listen to a record on vinyl from the fucking 70s, as long as it's not disco. Let's make that very clear. Uh, but yeah, Jello Paranoid, really? I would have pegged you for a first album fan.
I mean, Paranoid itself is maybe my favorite Sabbath song in general, but if I remember correctly, there were several songs on that album that I enjoyed very much. And that's how I look at a favorite album. It's like, what's the album by the band that has the most songs? There's really very few albums by very few people that I can just play the first song all the way to the end and go, yeah, I like that.
I find that I can do that with some records, but then there are a lot that I'll hear for the first time and I like every song exactly the same. I like moments like that, but then I also like finding random songs that I haven't heard before. There's a channel I subscribe to called 666 Mr. Doom, and that's where I've been hearing a lot of these underground like stoner and groove and sludge metal bands. Just that's all this guy has is all that like old Sabbath influenced kind of sound, and I've been finding just absolute gold on that channel because I mean, yes, I'm a fan of all music, but when it comes to metal, like the sound that I enjoy is just slow and grooving, like that southern sludge sound, and that it heavily influenced by Sabbath. And I've just been finding just gold, amazing records. Well, Wanderer, we'll go ahead and we'll give you your time for the week.
Okay, let me log off of Valheim.
What game is that?
It's called Valheim. It's very fucking interesting.
It's a Viking survival game.
It is. It's very, very good. Let me pull up my notes.
Can I ask a question really quick?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I didn't catch the beginning part of this. I woke up from a nap actually, or woke up late actually. Did you already do the music part of the show?
That's what we were about to do right now.
Okay. Well, then I don't need to ask what bands you covered. That was my question. What bands did you cover? So there we go.
Basically what I do is when Wanderer started the show with us, I think almost a year or over a year now, he was into a lot of like the new hip hop and stuff that was out. And so what I did is I started sending him records that I've been listening to for 20 plus years, like starting back from when I was like 13 and moving into high school and college and on into adulthood and a lot of the stuff I found and stuff that I love. And I'll send him 2 records a week, and he'll listen to them and he'll come and talk about them. And I've sent him, Sabbath and Kiss, and I'll send him stuff from the '70s. I sent him some old like '70s punk rock a while back. Well, there was the Ramones, first Ramones album. So I've been educating the man on music that he hadn't found yet.
I love the Ramones, one of my favorite bands. I cannot remember. Can you name a couple of the songs off the first album? I just don't remember which is.
I want to say it was. I know Blitzkrieg Bop.
That's on the first one. Okay.
That's on the first one. I want to say Beat on the Brat.
Great song.
Oh yeah, it's definitely one of my favorites. I want. It may have been the second album, but I want to say Sheena is a Punk Rocker.
Yeah, that was on it.
God damn it, they had great songs from the start, didn't they? Holy shit. Those are some of their classics. I mean, of course, classics first, but no, like out of all the songs they did, those are, some of their best.
I some of the more obscure ones I was a fan of. Like, I liked how fast they were. That was what really intrigued me. And everyone that I've ever listened to,
like Warthog,
well, like people that are, that were into the Ramones, like Jello Biafra and Henry Rollins. That's one thing that they always say. It's just like they were fast, and that was what I really got at, like what I really enjoyed about it. I mean, the first record I think is only 20 minutes long, if that.
18 songs, 20 minutes long.
Right. I mean, and actually, several years back, a friend of mine back in the city, back in Mississippi, where I'm from, he put on this big St. Patrick's Day show, and and of course, Marky Ramone is the last one, the last one still around. And he put together his own like Ramones, basically like a tribute band. He's the only original member. And my buddy got them to come to town and play. It's called Marky Ramone's Blitzkrieg. And it was absolutely incredible. They had Michael Graves from the Misfits as the singing for them. And it was incredible, like hearing all those old Ramones tunes and getting to actually see Marky Ramone play. And while they were playing, they even picked up the sign that said "Gabba Gabba Hey, Gabba Gabba Hey." And I like, if this is what it was like to see the Ramones back in the day, I'm jealous. I really
didn't see them till like the 90s, but I got to see them 3 times, and the show was always the same. Like, the songs would be a little bit different, but the older they got, the more Joey would shorten the amount of sounds he would make per word.
Yeah.
But the last time I saw them do Blitzkrieg Bop, he actually said "Skaggy Boat."
Oh wow! It was sad to hear that he had passed. And it's like I always say, like we're losing all the greats, man. We're losing them. Like, we lost Bowie and we lost Lemmy, and oh my God, who else?
We lost Neil Peart. We lost
Jeff
Hanneman.
Oh yeah, Dimebag.
Now his brother.
Yeah, Vinny. We lost Vinnie Paul. That. Peter. Peter Steele. We're losing, and even going into films, we're losing people like Sean Connery and.
But Sean Connery was like pushing 90, so I mean, it was anytime soon.
Well, I understand that, but I mean, he is a prime example. John Belushi,
Well, we lost John Belushi before you and I were ever born.
I understand that. I'm using these people as an example because I enjoy their work. Is the reason that I'm bringing them up. But they're just disappearing on us, and they're being replaced by people, in my opinion, that don't really understand what music is supposed to do. They may feel it because they enjoy what they do, but still, it's like it's all just bought and paid for. You know what I'm saying? That's why I really just stick to what I've been listening to for the longest time and finding underground stuff that I can enjoy, because it still brings a smile to my face when I can find good music in this sea of shit that we consistently see. But Wanderer, let's so I sent you two this week. So I will let you pick the one you start with.
I'm gonna start off with Meshuggah, Destroy, Erase, Improve, and then we'll do the Alice in Chains Unplugged, which I believe was a live album.
Yeah, it was their MTV Unplugged album.
Yeah, I haven't really written any notes for that because I was just gonna go in and talk about some of the songs I liked and some of the ones I've already listened to. That's what I kind of like to do with live albums. But I'll start off with Meshuggah. So to kick off the album, which again is Destroy, Erase, Improve, we have Future Breed Machine. The opening was a bit weird. I wasn't really a big fan of the opening of this song, but when the song actually gets into the shit, the guitar work is really phenomenal on this track, and the vocals are also another really cool feature. I thought Future Breed Machine was a pretty good opening. I'd say so.
That's a good Meshuggah song to cut your teeth on, let you know what you're in for.
Yeah, I think honestly, because the first Meshuggah song I ever listened to was Demiurge, which is on that 2012 album, and that is a fucking amazing song.
I believe this one, if I'm not mistaken, was their first one. I think it was their first one. If I'm, like I said, don't quote me on that.
All right, yeah, I'll have a look afterwards. But Beneath is the next song, and it has a softer opening than I was expecting, and I didn't dislike it either. It was a really nice, beautiful melody at the start before kicking in the usual noise that you'd expect from Meshuggah. I really love the guitar riff. The drums were another highlight, and the part where there's only drum work and bass was absolutely fucking amazing. I really especially love the bass. You know me, I'm an absolute sucker for bass instruments. So Soulburn is the next track. I thought the opening was very cool. I really enjoyed that, and overall I thought it was a pretty decent song. Transfiction is how I believe you say that. I didn't like it as much as the first few, I'm not gonna lie, but I thought it was a pretty alright song overall. I don't really have much else to say on it. Vanished, I wasn't really the biggest fan of the guitar riff on this one. It kind of put me off the entire song, but oh well, I guess. You win some, you lose some. Acrid Placidity, I think that's how you say that. That was a bit of a weird one. That was triggering my funny eyes on that. The entire song is a lot calmer and quieter than the rest, and it's a touch I like quite a lot. The guitar work on this track is absolutely phenomenal, and it really made for a unique and unexpected turn for Meshuggah, because in the time I've listened to them and the limited amount of songs I've heard, I was not expecting to hear that whatsoever. So it was quite nice. Inside What's Within Behind is a bit of a mouthful, but I didn't know what to think of this one. I liked it, but there was some qualities that I didn't really like as much, and it was hard to put my finger on what. Terminal Illusions has yet another nice opening, followed by the usual noisy guitar and drums. Pretty cool track overall, I'd say. Suffer and Truth. Now, this one was fucking great. I think that might be my favorite track of the whole album, in my opinion. Suffer and Truth is just absolutely amazing. I especially love the drums. That absolutely sounded amazing. Was probably the highlight of the entire track. Brilliant pacing. Guitar was spectacular once again. and just overall great song. And then finally we have Sublevels, and I thought this was a cool way to end off the album with some awesome drums and guitar, as well as some other weirder instrumentation here and there. And yeah, it was a really nice way to sum everything up. So overall, I'm gonna give this a 7.5 out of 10. While I didn't really, while this was my first Meshuggah album, I think I like the songs that I've heard beforehand more than anything from this album, really. Though Suffer and Truth is a very good contender to the 3 or so songs that I'd heard beforehand. So yeah, that's my thoughts.
I kind of have to. I get what you're saying. I'd kind of have to disagree with you. This was the record that I cut my teeth on when it came to Meshuggah. Like my buddy of mine in college played it for me, and I was just like, wow, like who the fuck is this, and why haven't I heard of them? But now I'm really intrigued to hear, because Q had mentioned this. He's mentioned it before, and I've been meaning to send it to you, but it's the unplugged Alice in Chains album.
All right, so regarding this one, I thought it was pretty good overall, stylistically. I'm going to try and review this as like a collection, so like all of the songs in one. But I'll try and speak on some of the songs I've heard before. And I'll try and hold off on any of the songs that I haven't heard previously, which is quite a few from my understanding. There's only a handful of songs that I really recognize from Dirt on here, and I don't really see any from what was it? I fucking forget the name of it. It was the other album you sent me.
Dirt. There was no Facelift.
Facelift. That was the one. I was gonna say Facepalm, but I knew it was like Facelift.
Facepalm.
Facepalm. But either way, so nutshell, I kind of skipped it because I was like, oh, I don't know if Widows is going to send me this in the future. I want to kind of reserve my thoughts even for the actual song. However, I heard like the opening part of Brother, and that was something that I really liked. Actually, I really enjoyed Brother, and I hope one day I'll be able to listen to that in context to maybe an album or just the song itself.
Well, no, I mean, I encourage you to listen to them on this record, and then go and listen to them when I send you the record that they're on. Then you'll kind of get an understanding, because I mean, their albums are great. Their albums are amazing, but to hear songs done by them in acoustic form it's incredible. So I encourage you to go and listen to them.
I mean, that leads me quite nicely. Sorry. That leads me quite nicely into the next part of what I was going to say, which is the instrumentation. The instrumentation is a lot less heavy than you would expect. Dirt is a good example. Dirt was quite heavy in a lot of the songs. The instrumentation was quite I don't know how to put it, but what you'd expect really from like a bit of rock and metal and shit like that. But yeah, and on the live album, it was a lot different because obviously they used an acoustic guitar. The vocals were a lot dimmed down, especially in songs like Rooster. You know, with those high pitched vocals in the beginning and shit. A lot of those were toned down. Probably to save them a lot of work. I mean, you've got to expect like, you know, some changes when it comes to live shit. Like you can't expect it to be a direct copy. But yeah, I don't know how I felt about it. Some of the tracks sounded a bit off to me with it, but at the same time sounded great. I think Rooster's a prime example of that. A lot of the vocals were a little bit funny. To me, it kind of was a bit hard to adjust with that song in particular. But then after a while, you know, it got a lot better. And especially trying to imagine listening to Rooster, like the bass song Rooster, and then going to listen to the live version. A lot of the acoustic riffs and shit like that they play on the guitar, it sounds really funky and really odd. And it's kind of a weird take on Rooster, I'd say. And then Wood, absolutely beautiful bass work on that once again. I really enjoyed that song, and I enjoyed it in the live version as well.
That's one thing about this record, and I've always said it, that you can really, I mean, you can hear Lane's soul on the records, the regular records, but I think you really, really get more of it on this acoustic record, because if you actually like the actual full live performance, I actually wonder. I would honestly go and watch it. Go watch it. It's amazing.
I've seen bits and pieces of it, I think.
No, watch it like in full, like that one, the Alice in Chains one, and and the one from Nirvana are just, dude. So which ones? What other ones did you listen to from this?
So obviously, I listened to the ones that I recognized. I really, that's another thing. I really enjoyed Down in the Hole live. That was beautiful. Like hearing that riff and then hearing the crowd cheering and shit. That was a good feeling. Like that, I love that song, man. And apart from that, I don't really have much else to say. Like I could say pretty much the same thing for all of the tracks that I listened to. I did jump about, like I've said. Like I went to ones that I knew and then went to some others that I didn't know too well, but try to kind of refrain from it a little just to reserve my thoughts until I heard the normal ones. But yeah,
Well, no,
overall, I was impressed.
Honestly, I think you could probably get a better comparison with the acoustic version, and then go into the actual album version. Give you a foundation. I mean, that's just my opinion, of course.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you could look at it as like a foundation for kind of what to expect, but then also you could I suppose possibly ruin your expectations for the album by listening to songs beforehand. So I do like to take albums as like a big concept and then dissect the songs and then dissect the album as a whole. And to listen to songs that are in those albums outside of the albums when I know I'm probably going to listen to them in the near future, it's something that's kind of like a bit off-putting to me because I don't really want to do it, but then I do. So yeah, I kind of held off on a lot of them, but I'm really excited to listen to Brother. So that kind of makes me want to listen to Sap a little bit. So either way, I was really impressed by what I heard. Probably, I don't know what rating I'd give this because it's kind of hard to rate a live album based on, you haven't really listened to a lot of these songs in here because you didn't want to spoil it. But from the songs I did hear, I'd definitely give this like a 9 or something.
I'll give you that one. I'll give you that one. All right. So I went ahead and sent you your next two.
Alrighty.
I think you'll find these interesting.
So we have Clutch with Clutch, also otherwise known as self-titled. And then we have The Mystic Crew of Clearlight. That's an interesting name.
That is now I'll give you a little insight into that into that band. Jimmy Bauer, the guitar player for I Hate God, this is a little project he put together, and it's very, very interesting. That's all I'm going to say. So well, all right. Well, I think we're going to go ahead and we're going to wrap her up for the week. Jello, man, thank you so much for coming and join us. Maybe would love to have you back. Maybe next time we'll have a little more format going. I put random panels together at sometimes, and we just, somebody throws some bullshit out and we just talk about it. So that's kind of like that's what we do. So, but yeah, man, thank you so much for coming on, man. I really appreciate it.
Oh, thanks for inviting me. It's
I
enjoyed myself with you. Actually, when you were talking about when you were telling me about what you do with the music thing, I didn't want to interrupt you, but I knew. I watch you guys. I enjoy your show. I really enjoy Mr. Wanderer's take on the music, like especially when it's music I know and I don't agree with him. No, not that I normally don't, but I especially like it when I do not agree with you because it makes me realize more. Because I can never say, "Oh, he's stupid." He doesn't know what he's talking about. I really, you do a good review. I really enjoy listening to your reviews.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man.
I do too. Thank you.
I try to mix it up really well for him. I sent
you're
him.
pretty good at that too.
Do what?
Oh, I said, and you're pretty good at that too. It's like I said, it's when I know the music,
right?
and I like to think of myself as pretty fucking eclectic.
Has he?
You're all over the place.
Has he? Who, me? Oh yes. Oh, I can start digging into more interesting things that I know. I'm really into. The progressive rock and the occult rock from the 70s. They're bands like Black Widow, Coven, just stuff that was.
I'm a huge Alice Cooper fan.
Oh man, he's about to play the city where me and Doc are from back in Mississippi. And I want to go because Ace Frehley's opening for him on this tour.
Holy tits!
Right.
Like I'm not seeing anybody because of COVID. When that whole shit shut down, Alice Cooper is one of the shows I wound up not going to that year.
Oh man!
Did we ever get our money back for those? Fuck! Still didn't get our money back for those goddamn tickets.
I'm sorry.
Were they not? Did you make sure they were refundable? Because you could have got screwed over by Ticketmaster.
I mean, it's possible. I don't know.
Oh God. The only time there was a local record store where you could actually go and get like Ticketmaster tickets for pretty much anything. And then they stopped doing it. And so what ended up happening is one year for my birthday, my mom, as my gift for my birthday, this was when I was in college, she got me a couple of tickets for me and a friend of mine to go see Hatebreed up in Memphis. And we and I mean he ended up not being able to go, but I went. But I had to sit on the phone for 4 hours on hold just to order those tickets. That was, and Ticketmaster can eat a dick as far as I'm concerned.
Well, and all these other companies have a virtual monopoly on the live music industry now.
Well, that's true too. But no, no.
Man, I'll tell you, in the 90s when I was going to shows all the time, it was so much cheaper. And maybe that was because it was the 90s, or maybe it was because Ticketmaster regulated everything. Like, I know, I get the idea of fuck Ticketmaster, but in the 90s, the only time you ever heard of a concert ticket being like $250, it was like Prince or Madonna.
Or the Rolling Stones or something.
Or maybe the Rolling Stones. And nowadays, that's kind of just, if you want a decent seat, that's what you're going to have to pay.
Right. And see, here's the other thing. Like, okay, it was right after I graduated high school. I got to go see Pantera. And do you know how much I paid for that ticket? I paid $40 to go and see Pantera. And I paid, I think, $25 each time I went to see Typo Negative live.
Oh, dude, I'm so fucking jealous of that, man.
I would go and see. I went to see I Hate God a couple of times at the same venue and paid $20 at the door each time to get in. But yeah, I mean, prices are just insane. Like Metallica tickets are like over $100, even for up in the nosebleeds practically. And I'm like, who the fuck do you think you guys are now? You're what, Led Zeppelin? No, you will never be Led Zeppelin, first of all. But I would pay $100 or more to see Led Zeppelin reunited. I would. That would be awesome. But I can't do it. That's why I'd rather go to club venues because you can order tickets through them through a different way, and you're still going to possibly get them at a decent price. Like I've been seeing, like me and Doc are talking about going to see Seven Dust next month, and the tickets are like what, $30?
$35 for like general admission.
Yeah, $35 to go see Seven Dust play
Dude,
live.
I want to go see Seven Dust. I fucking
Oh.
love that album.
Yeah, I'm. If me and Doc can pull it off, I'm really looking forward to it.
Dude, if they play Born to Die, you got to tell me.
Absolutely, but no, Jello. One thing, I'm glad that you like how much I mix it up for him. Did you hear the one where I sent him his first Kiss record?
No, I don't think so. Which one was the first?
It was a Love Gun.
Yeah, I sent him Love Gun.
It's a good one. It's a good one.
That's my favorite. That's my favorite. I mean,
I'm
like.
glad you didn't send. Like, I think it would be funny to make him listen to Dynasty if he says he likes them. But I'm glad that's not the one you chose for.
Oh God, no. It was a toss up. Really, I was either going to send him Love Gun or Destroyer would have been too obvious. So I was either going to go with Love Gun or Dress to Kill. Which
I really enjoyed that album, by the way.
Yeah, like man, dude, Kiss is.
How do you like their post makeup, clean face stuff?
Oh, I have the Crazy Nights album on vinyl, actually.
I really like some of it, man. That rock hard song.
Oh yeah, I mean, I like some of the non-makeup stuff. My cousin right there he found that in a antique store. It's like, one of those like indoor flea market kind of things, and it was like, sure, I think $3 or $4, and he's like, I know you like Kiss, and I found this for you, and he handed it to me. I'm like, holy shit. I'm more I'm the original records, Dress to Kill, Kiss, Hotter Than Hell, Love Gun, Destroyer, Kiss Alive 1, which I'm sure you probably know this. That was the album that actually saved their career, because Dress to Kill and Kiss and then Dress to Kill weren't doing too well. But I sent him that Kiss record. I was really surprised that he enjoyed it as much as he did. I'm like, he's probably going to think I'm crazy sending him something like this.
I spoke to some of my friends after, like, for reference, a lot of my friends are very big fucking metalheads. They listen to like death metal and shit like that. And I told them that I listened to Kiss. I'm like, Kiss? Fucking Kiss? That shit. I was like, what do you mean? I like this. I like this album.
What, they were making fun of you because you like Kiss?
Yeah, they were like, Kiss's shit. And I was like...
wait a minute. Hey, no, wait a minute. You know what? I want you to do me a favor.
Yeah.
And I'm sure Jello would back me up on this. You go tell those friends of yours that if they listen to metal and all of this, you go to any single one of the guys in those bands and you say the name Kiss, and they will and pretty much all of them would say that yes, absolutely, that they love Kiss.
What I used to say to my son is, look, you might not know these guys, but the guys you listen to fucking do.
Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, you go Wanderer, you go back and you tell those friends of yours that you can tell them that I said it. I don't give a shit. But you tell those kids that the shit that they listen to was influenced by fucking Kiss, and they need to show some goddamn respect.
I mean, we've got quite a diverse group of people. We got like, so
I'm sorry. When I hear these like kids who call themselves metalheads nowadays, and they don't want to, they don't pay the respect that the people that came before them deserve. Yeah, that gets under my skin a little bit.
I know two of my friends listen to Pantera and Metallica. I know that for a fact. I don't know about how many other
And
bands they listen to.
right, and you
then,
can go to any member. You can go to any James Hetfield, Phil Anselmo, actually any member of Pantera. You could go to them and say the word Kiss, and they would be like, "And fuck yes, all of them." Dimebag Darrell was a humongous Kiss fan, so yeah, those friends of yours need to show some respect, my friend.
and
The
my
next
other
time,
friend didn't say anything, but like, actually, he wasn't there when I told him I listened to Kiss. But I know for a fact he listens to Meshuggah, he listens to Tool, and Alice in Chains as well.
and pretty much all of them, I'm sure would. You say the
Be a
word. You
Kiss
say
fan.
you say the name Kiss, and they're going to be like, yes. So the next time you see these people, I want you to deliberately turn on the Love Gun album, specifically that song. Why not? And when they ask you what you're listening to, tell them. And then when they say why, you actually no, you just tell them what I said.
That's just
Yeah.
like that movie, Role Models.
I'm gonna play Kiss out loud in the
You gotta watch Role Models. Wonder if you haven't seen it yet.
I need to watch a lot of movies.
Actually, if I could suggest a really heavy metal Kiss song, it would be off their first album. It's called Parasite.
Oh
It's really the riff is amazing.
But the best Kiss song is "I Was Made for Loving You." That one just slays every time. You know, Disco Kiss is perfect.
I love the Disco album.
Oh, I hate disco so much.
But that one, I mean, yeah, it sucks that Kiss did a disco song, but you know what? You can't help but enjoy it.
Did y'all ever watch the Kiss Shreds video?
Oh, yeah, I've seen those.
That one cracks me up because I had a professor I showed it to, and he goes, he put it on mute, and he's watching his. That's the video for "I Was Made for Loving You." He said, "Look at the lifts," because he was a huge Kiss fan growing up, and he was laughing his ass off, man.
Yeah, I mean, oh God, but yeah, I'm really glad that you enjoy his musical input. Has anything that I've sent him that you haven't heard before? Have you gone and listened to yourself?
No, I haven't done that.
But
I do enjoy his take. I'll tell you, if I had a radio show, I would want him to do my fucking like review albums and shit. I'd hire him for that. He's talented.
Fuck yeah, thank you. I know how to speak.
We'll have to negotiate his contract. So
because he's ours.
Well, all right. We're going to go ahead and we're going to wrap up for the week. Jello, thank you once again for coming on, buddy. And please come back. You have an open invitation anytime you'd like to come on and talk with us. You are more than welcome, sir.
Oh, Jesus. Well, just mention Shani. All
right. Wanderer, how's your project coming along?
Still at a standstill. I don't know how or when we're going to get it done. Probably like next week. But then after that, we're pretty good. I had word from Donkey that the music's almost done, so we're pretty good to go. And it should be out theoretically by the end of June, hopefully, if not early July. And I'm really excited for that. I think after that as well, I'm probably going to take a long break from the internet. Not a long break, but like just like I don't know, like a month or something. It's just recently I ain't been doing too good mentally. There's been some stuff I've been dealing with, like people, fucking with me online and shit. So I kind of need a break just to kind of reevaluate myself. And
well, here you go. Yeah. You take a break from that. This is once a week. Let this be your decompression.
Yeah.
Just come do the show for a month and stay away from everything else. Just decompress.
That'd be fun, actually, because then I could, like, obviously we're talking about maybe switching to OBS by, like, the next episode or something. I don't know if you announced that.
We're going to, I've got to get back up with Q with that. So, but we're going to try to do that. If anything, because I'm talking with him about the show for next week. I'll just have to get back up with him.
All right.
But yeah, we'll, we'll definitely we'll definitely get everything sorted out. So, but keep me up to date with that. I'm still waiting on it. But yeah, when you decide to take a break, just you know, here's your decompression here. So just come and have fun doing this, because I know you doing your project plus doing this is kind of straining a little bit, I'm sure.
I mean, I do, like, me and Stu Dog, we have big plans moving forward for the channel. Like, obviously, Stu Dog's still going to be helping me out here and there, like, with stuff that I can't really get. And as always, man, that guy's a great friend, and he's also a great partner in crime, I guess you could say. So,
oh yes, and
he takes a lot of, like, weight off the load.
And it's sad that he couldn't be here today, but he definitely, I know he needs to rest and catch up on some sleep. So I'm sure he'll be back with us this coming Saturday. So yes, we will be back next Saturday, 2 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Central, 3 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. UK time. Normal time as always, and who knows, we'll and like I said, I got to get back up with Q about what he and I have been talking about. But we will see you next week, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for dropping by today, and once again, thank you, Jello, for coming on and joining us. So we will see you next Saturday, everyone. But until then, my friends, as always, peace be with you.